So today I'm putting Seedance 2.0 head-to-head against real film production to see if AI can finally beat the real thing. I'm recreating the kind of shots you'd normally need a full crew and a real budget for, and seeing if Seedance can match them in 4K. And since Seedance 2 in 4K is very expensive to run, this also answers a very big question, which is Seedance 2 in 4K actually worth the price, or still just a cool experiment? Let's find out. Alright, so today we're going to be testing Seedance 2 in 4K right inside of Higgsfield AI. Also, thanks Higgsfield AI for sponsoring this video. Now, to use Seedance 2 in 4K, we're just going to click on the video option, which brings us to a page like this. In the model selector, I've already chosen Seedance 2.0, and as you can see, I've also set the quality to 4K. So, let's get right into the testing. The first video we're going to recreate with Seedance 2 4K is this one. It's a fairly simple shot, just a car moving down a road with different types of foliage and scenery passing by. Because it's so straightforward, I'm really hoping Seedance 2 in 4K can replicate it. Inside Seedance 2, I'll start by uploading the first frame of our original video. This gives the model a clear understanding of the exact scenery we want, saving us from writing a massive text prompt that may or may not get the details right. Once the model has that starting image, we just need to provide a text prompt to describe the motion and action in detail. To write that prompt, I used Google Gemini 3.5 Flash. It's a state-of-the-art multimodal model that can actually analyze the original video frame by frame. I specifically chose 3.5 Flash because it's incredibly fast, and its vision capabilities are top-notch. I simply asked Gemini to write a prompt that would exactly recreate the video clip I provided. For this car scene, it gave me this highly detailed prompt, which covers all the visuals, the camera movement, and everything else we need for a perfect recreation. I'll just copy that prompt, paste it right here into the prompt box, click generate, and let's see what the model comes up with. Alright, the AI has finished generating our video. Before we play it, I do want to point out the cost. Generating this 10-second video in 4K cost around 220 credits. That's actually quite expensive, more than 4 times the cost of running the exact same Seedance 2 model in 720p. So let's find out if that massive price jump is actually worth it. Here's the AI generated video. As you can see, it looks pretty incredible. If we put it side by side with the original footage, the Seedance 2 4K generation is noticeably more cinematic. Plus, it automatically added really good sound effects. Overall, it absolutely matched the visual quality of the original, but honestly, it feels even better when you factor in the high quality audio and that dramatic cinematic flair. Based on this alone, I'd say the 4K price tag is absolutely worth it. Next, I wanted to see how well Seedance 2 handles a fast-paced fight scene. Take a look at this cinematic clip. As you can see, there's a lot going on. Complex character movements, debris scattering on the ground, and a very moody reddish color grade that gives it an intense atmosphere. Let's see if Seedance 2 can accurately recreate all of this. I generated the text prompt for this clip exactly the same way I did for the car video, using Gemini 3.5 Flash to analyze the scene. I've pasted the prompt in, so let's check out the result from Seedance 2. Here's the video the model created. Honestly, I think this AI-generated version is actually better than the original reference footage. For one, there is genuine physical contact between the swords during the fight, whereas in the original video, the actors were clearly missing each other. The generated audio is fantastic, and the camera movement feels incredibly dynamic. I also absolutely love how it rendered the particle physics, those little floating paper-like debris pieces swirling around at the end. It adds a beautiful, polished touch to the scene. Since it actually improved upon the original inspiration, I'd say the 4K generation cost is definitely justified here. For our third test, I want Seedance 2 to replicate a macro shot. This is a cinematic, extreme close-up of a dragon's eye darting around. Let's see if the AI can match the intricate detail and quality of this clip. Just like before, I'm providing the model with the very first frame of the original footage to guide the visuals, along with our Gemini prompt. And here is the result. As you can see, it is stunning. The way the dragon's eye opens is so cinematic, and honestly, it looks even more realistic than our source material. The subtle, twitchy movements of the eye right near the end are brilliant. Once again, I think the AI actually outperformed the original footage. Next up, let's test a realistic wildlife shot. In this video, a bird looks directly at the camera and then suddenly flies away. It seems simple at first glance, but there are a lot of tiny, nuanced micro movements the bird makes before taking off, which I suspect will be really difficult for the AI to get right. I went through the exact same workflow in Seedance 2, and here's the generated recreation. Visually, it's remarkably close to the original. The bird flies away gracefully, and Seedance 2 perfectly captured those natural, subtle twitches in its body language. However, the generated audio near the beginning of the clip wasn't great. We hear a sound, but the bird isn't moving its beak or doing anything physically to create that noise, so the audio sync feels a bit disconnected. Still, visually speaking, it matches the original footage beautifully, which is very impressive. Now, I wanted to really push Seedance 2 and test its ability to handle complex particle physics. For this, I asked it to recreate a high-quality video of a chainsaw cutting through a log. In the original clip, you can see tons of wood chips and sawdust flying everywhere. Let's see if the AI can realistically simulate that level of chaos. Here is the Seedance 2 generation. I have to be honest, for this specific test, the model fell short of our expectations. It rendered the chainsaw and the wood quite naturally, but those dynamic particle effects, the sawdust and wood splinters flying through the air, were completely missing. The audio quality was also a bit muffled compared to our previous tests, so this is the first example where Seedance 2 simply didn't live up to the original footage. For our final test, I wanted to see if Seedance 2 could handle an extreme high movement scene, like this Formula 1 racing car. As you can see, the car is moving at blazing speeds and the camera movement is aggressive. Keep in mind, this reference clip isn't real footage. It's actually a 3D render of an F1 car on a track. I wanted to see if giving Seedance 2 the first frame of this 3D animation could trick the AI into making the final video look like real life. Let's take a look at what the model came up with. Just watch this. As you can see, Seedance 2 upgraded the visuals and made the shot look much more photorealistic, completely stripping away that artificial 3D look. It also handled the high-speed motion surprisingly well. I wouldn't say it's an identical one-to-one recreation since it's guided by our Gemini text prompt, but standing on its own, the video's fantastic. The fact that it maintained the shape of the car and the track at such high speeds without warping or distorting the environment is insane. So here's my final verdict. Seedance 2, especially when running in 4K, is fully capable of generating high-quality, cinematic, movie-grade footage all on its own. It is an absolute game changer for anyone stepping into AI filmmaking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to check out Higgsfield AI using the link in the description below.